Hey guys, Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 1, Episode 9, titled Mum Descends. Koichi's mother is in town, and he's willing to take drastic measures so that she'll let him stay in Tokyo. Okay, two things. One, I don't know what it means by drastic measures. A part of me thinks he's going to pretend that uh oh, what's her name? Is his girlfriend, Tsukuchi's sister. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a part of it. Or maybe he'll pretend. No, Pop is a little too young for that, so probably not. Um, like that's the only drastic measure because he can't really tell her that um he's the vigilante, so he's needed there. Anyway, number two. For some reason, I thought Koichi was an orphan. Don't know what gave me that impression, but I just thought that his parents weren't in the picture. So finding out that his mother is alive is a good thing for the character. But yeah, let's get this started in three, two, one, go. Makoto. Yep, there we go. I wasn't expecting it to be the immediate thing. Okay, that is a very interesting quirk. Honestly, the ability to telekinetically slap something, I've thought about how fun that would be. Don't know why I just double said B, but yeah. Whether it is just an annoying bug or something that's flying around the room that I can't catch, or just going to someone who's being irritating. Out of all the general quirks, I feel like that's so far the one that I'd like the most. Then again, Inko's attracting small things to you. Most things I interact with are small, as we saw it worked on an action figure, so it would work on something of similar size and weight. Maybe. Why do both the mums have quirks that I'd like? And why are both of them telekinetic based? Hmm? The fact he doesn't even know what her real name is. He just coincidentally showed up looking like a regular person. I was about to say something similar. Hmm. No, I have a feeling this might be his real day job. Plus, it does tie into how Koichi was at the start of the show. So, she is making contact with him. Hmm? Are you gonna come clean? Is she just hiding in the stairwell? No, she's actually attempting to leave. That's twice now you've saved her. Looking different is not exactly a compliment. How's he gonna stuff this up? How long did she spend on it? really wasn't. Well, at least he seemed to pick up over the day. The cat guy just saw him get slapped from across the street and decided to walk the other way. Um, what was that with the cat? That's you'd have a cop as a big brother. Oh no. That implies this cat has a quirk. They did say it was rare, because that's Nezu's whole thing. Okay, it took over the whole bus. Not what I was expecting. Yeah. Have you seen the movie Speed? No. It is fair. He does seem to be a beacon for bad luck. If we didn't have the if he didn't have the sliding quirk, I would have expected him to have bad luck as a quirk. So like Crow. Is he really going to turn that flag into a giant cat toy? Ingenium. I will say something I've noticed is this show uses 3D a lot more than the main one. Did that injure the cat? By 3D, I mean 3D CGI, like when we saw the Ingenium suit up scene, and a part of him running there, dodging the cars, looked like it. got it off of public streets into what seemingly looks like a closed road. To continue with my CGI comment, yes, there was the All Might suit up in the latest season, but it does. I don't know. Is this made by the same studio that does the anime? In which case, that would make sense. Maybe they're trying to branch out into more elaborate things. You had another dose? Oh, you've burnt out. His mum's gonna know. He uses grapefruit. Ida uses orange juice. Tensei, drink your juice. The fact that he's now able to keep up with Tensei is a massive increase from how he was at the start. I thought keeping up with the motorbike in the last episode was impressive. That is a very weird perspective. Oh, poor kitty. He got. He was able to amp up even more. I mean, I was one. I did know that eventually Koichi was able to glide on the air. I didn't realize it would happen this quickly. She's happy with how things are, I guess. He will do it. Considering you'd already given up, she really went from "you're not dating my son, he's not on the right level" to maybe you could" to "don't bother" to or maybe it was just adrenaline infused. There's also the fact that it was only 2 points of contact. And the same was shown with baby Koichi. Like he was using only his feet to crawl forward through the air. So they did they at the start made a very strict limitation where he requires 3 points of contact with the thing that he is gliding on. And because of that, I've been making a point of every time he breaks that rule. Like even what was it, episode 2, I think it was? Maybe even episode 1 towards the end, where he kicks off to try and save Pop. Every time he's in a situation where he needs to save someone, he is able to use his quirks in his quirk. I should specify that was a stuff up. That was not a spoiler or anything. That was me just using the wrong word. It's not a. This is another Midoriya kind of situation. No, he seems to be able to use the quirk in a way that he never thought he could. Like, I don't even know if he knew he was able to fly in that way when he was a baby. Now, on the one hand, I can understand you kids floating off, you don't have any range except for just the what him out of the sky. Like, I can understand that. Like, but we see how every time he then went on to do something that she didn't like, how it progressed to just he wants to buy a hoodie for himself, and she's like, "No, I don't like that," and just smack. So she got a little too comfortable trying to control him with her smacks to the point that he's like, "Enough! I'm doing this whether you like it or not." And even with the jacket, he was rebelling in that I'll just do it when she's not looking. So, hmm, that fly swatter quirk is very interesting. So, does that imply that that cat had that sort of fusion quirk, or did the trigger give that cat the quirk? I don't want to look it up in case the cat comes back, because it did go off with Queen Bee at the end of the last one, at the end of the episode. So, yeah. Um. Well, now Makoto, not Makoto. Um. Yeah, Makoto. Why did I double guess that? She now knows the truth. She can probably put two and two together that Koichi is hanging out with a pink-haired girl and this big guy. The crawler hangs out with a pink-haired girl and a big guy. Like, you'd think she seems smart enough that it wouldn't even cross her mind to doubt the fact that, okay, I know who this is, I now know who they are. It is going to be very interesting when she learns the limitation of her quirk. Like, I wonder how that's going to go down, because she asked him flat out while they were making contact if he was the crawler. He said no, because he's the crawler. So the fact that even though he knew what she was asking, the fact that his denial didn't trigger her quirk, because her quirk works specifically. I shouldn't say that definitively. It must work off of the specific wording. So because he doesn't identify himself as a crawler, then him saying no to being that is the truth. Whereas if she'd have asked the crawler, which he does identify himself as, it's sort of the same limitation that Star and Stripes has, where she has to use the name that the being identifies itself as, which is why it didn't work on Shigaraki, because he was the weird fusion of Shigaraki and All for One. So, yeah. It seems to work off of that same strictness. Anyway, this was a fun episode. I do wonder, because now, he introduced himself to the Eda 10 team as the crawler, and they saw him off the bus. They saw him go and help Ingenium. So is there going to be like official workings between? Then again, in the last episode, bloody Captain Celebrity, sure, he probably doesn't know who all the registered heroes are, but he had no problem working with Koichi and that, even though he's not licensed. In fact, Captain Celebrity said something about, hey, you should, towards the start, just being his cocky self, like something about, oh, you should go be a pro or something. So yeah, it's interesting how Vigilante is a looked down upon thing, yet none of the heroes seem to have any issues with it. Like Aizawa does, because he's the stickler for rules and that. But well, anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. I'll catch you in the next one.